In less than a single lifetime, one empire became the largest continuous land empire in human history. It stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. It reshaped trade, warfare and global power. And yet within a few generations it fractured beyond repair. This is the true story of how the Mongol Empire rose and why it could not last. Before the Mongol Empire, the Eurasian steppe was divided. Tribes competed for grazing land, war, survival. Power shifted constantly. Violence was local and personal. Into this environment was born Temüjin, later known as a Genghis Khan. He was not born into power. His father was poisoned. His family was abandoned by their clan. They survived through exile, hunger and constant threat. This mattered because the empire Temüjin would later build was shaped by instability from the start. Temüjin did something unusual. Instead of organizing power by bloodline, he organized it by loyalty and ability. He promoted competence over nobility, discipline over tradition, unity over tribal identity. Through alliances, warfare and strategic marriages, he defeated rival clans one by one. In 1206, he was declared Genghis Khan, ruler of all Mongols. This was not just a title, it marked the creation of a new political system. The Mongol military was not large by later standards. It was effective because it was fast, disciplined, decentralized, adaptive. Key features included highly trained cavalry, coordinated movement across vast distances, strict discipline, intelligence gathering and psychological warfare. The Mongols avoided prolonged sieges when possible, but learned siege warfare when necessary. They absorbed knowledge from the conquered peoples instead of destroying it. This adaptability became their greatest strength. Once unified, Mongol expansion accelerated rapidly. They defeated the Jin dynasty in northern China, Central Asian kingdoms, the Khwarezmian Empire, large parts of Persia and the Middle East. Cities that resisted were often destroyed. Cities that surrendered were frequently spared. This was not chaos, it was calculated system of deterrence. Fear traveled faster than armies. Genghis Khan died in 1227. He left behind a massive empire, a functioning military system, but no clear centralized bureaucratic state. Succession among the Mongols followed tradition, not primogeniture. Power was divided amongst his sons and grandsons. At first this worked. The empire continued expanding under new leaders like Ögedi Khan, Mongol Khan, but the seeds of fracture were already planted. As the empire grew, it became harder to govern as a single unit. Distances were vast, cultures were diverse, communication took time. To manage this, the empire effectively split into khanates: the Jung dynasty in China, the Ilkhanate in Persia, the Golden Horde in Eastern Europe, the Chagatai Khanate in Central Asia. Each khanate adapted to local conditions and slowly they diverged. Over time, regional interests replaced imperial unity. Rivalries formed between khanates. Succession disputes weakened authority. Some khanates adapted local religions and customs, others resisted. What had once been flexibility became fragmentation. There was no longer a single Mongol empire, only successor states. The Mongols faced challenges they could not easily solve. They struggled with governing settled population, maintaining unity across generations, integrating bureaucratic system without losing control. Plagues, including the Black Death, disrupted trade and populations. Military superiority no longer guaranteed stability. The system that enabled rapid conquest was poorly suited for the long-term administration. By the late 14th century, the Yuan dynasty collapsed in China. Mongol rule retreated to the steppe, successor states declined or were absorbed. The empire did not fall in a single moment, it dissolved. What remained was influence, not control. The Mongol Empire rose because it was unified, adaptive, disciplined. It fell because succession diluted authority, scale overwhelmed structure, conquest outpaced governance. The same flexibility that built the empire made it impossible to hold it together forever. The Mongol Empire changed the world, it connected continents, it reshaped trade, it transformed warfare, but it also revealed a permanent truth of power. Expansion is easier than endurance. Hit like, subscribe, and next time we'll look at another empire that conquered faster than it could govern and pay the price.